Coming up on this week's episode of the Ask Women podcast, it is just Kristen and I, the creators of the Ask Women podcast, the last standing females of the show. And we are talking about just being you, not dating, not worrying about women or men or how other people think about you. And Kristen is going to be the poster child for this because if you've been listening to our show for a while, you know she did not always think this way about herself. And now she does. She's calm, collected, and comfortable being herself. And we're also going to get to a couple of questions from our Ask Women listeners. So keep listening.
Like I said to you before we started taping, I was like, I don't know if it's like a depression thing or a maturity thing, but I just don't care. Like I literally don't care. I don't care about having a partner in life right now at all.
Okay, well, this is all interesting. And I know that many of the people who are listening have probably gone through similar stages. So let's try to tailor this towards the audience that's listening. So as a woman who is in this state, like you go out in public and a guy does approach you, asks you out. Are you in the space where you're saying, no, I'm not dating right now? Do you just say no? Is it possible to spark that attraction in you? Or are you literally just like turned off completely and not wanting to date? And that's a real thing for you.
I'm really genuinely not wanting to date. And before I would have thought that that was a BS excuse. Like if a girl was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not dating right now. It's like, well, you can be dating. Yeah, you can date. You just don't want to go out on a date with this guy. But now that I'm in the scenario, it's always like once you're in the shoes of a different experience, things become really clear or very like, yeah, like it's just, of course, yeah, they're not dating, so they're not dating. And so I'm getting that side of it. I'm understanding and grasping that. Unless it was the man of my dreams where I just felt right immediately and I felt at home. And I think that's like a word that I forget to use a lot when it comes to what I'm looking for. And it's a very vague word, but I think I'll know it's the right person when I feel at home with them, and not at home like I'm at my parents' house, but just absolutely comfortable. Like I'm in the right company in the right time in the right moment. And so unless I felt like I was at home with that guy immediately off the bat, I would probably say no, but you can follow me on Instagram if you want, because I need the followers.
Well, it's interesting that you say at home, because that's exactly how I felt with my husband. I felt at ease and at home. And I'm not sure if it's him specifically that made me feel that way, or if it was his actions that helped me feel that way. And I don't remember, it's a very long time ago, but I do remember that whenever I was around him, I just felt at home and at ease. Like I could do the things that I do naturally. I didn't feel like I had to panic when he wasn't responding to me. I didn't feel like there's a difference between excitement and panic. Like panic, I would feel a lot with other guys. And I felt very calm with my husband. He was always reliable and he didn't pounce on me. He just responded to me. He contacted me. He didn't let it go too many days in the beginning where we weren't in contact. I probably was the one that was pouncing. And that did just help me feel more at home, like that there wasn't this huge pressure there.
Yeah. Well, I met one guy who I've referenced a few times, maybe somewhat recently, and I was immediately at home with him and it felt completely right, but he's got a girlfriend. And so that was my last straw. I think that pushed me into the I'm just not dating, because it felt so right with him and there was nothing that I could do to change the scenario. Right. And so I knew I could not force that feeling with someone else. And so it was like, okay, I'm just going to detach from this because I'm never going to create that feeling that I had with that person. And so I'm going to go be the best me I can be, because I'm not going to find what I just felt. And so why waste my energy on something that's not quote unquote like at home when I could be getting better and better? I might as well get better and better and better. And then if I happen to run across someone again that made me feel like the same way he did, then I would be open to dating. But it's like, there's no point until it's that good or that natural. Because I've had the experiences. Right. I've dated tons of different dudes. I've learned so much different stuff. I've gotten hurt. I've been the one to hurt them. So it's like, I don't really need to learn anymore. It's like, I feel like I've read all the encyclopedias on, history, and now I don't need to take history class anymore.
Well, that's interesting. So then I wonder, so for guys who are out there and dating maybe women who may be in the same position, have broken up after a couple of serious relationships, whatever it was, around the same age range, even people who have been in a marriage who are just more settled in their life because they're now divorced and a single parent, I guess I'm wondering the state that they're in, where it needs to be something extra special, but at the same time, it doesn't sound like you're willing to put in the effort for something extra special. Or are you? You kind of said you're open to it, you just don't want to pursue it, right? That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, so unless something slapped me across the face. So recently, I got to meet the team at Tiege Hanley. And no, that's not who I caught this cold from. And I hope they didn't catch it from me because they're really busy making amazing skincare products. They don't have time to be sick. And meeting them was so nice. And boy, is their skin lovely. And so, of course, we were talking about skincare. And Marni and I both expressed that we were bummed that there's nothing like this at this price point for women's skincare. And by this, I mean all the things that you need lined up, ready to go, without you having to figure out what you need for your skin. The whole shebang, the whole kit and caboodle. With women's skincare, if you want something like this advanced, you have to pay, I don't know, maybe $250, $300 a month. This Tiege Hanley stuff is so high quality and mind-blowingly affordable. So if you don't think skincare is accessible, think again, because Tiege Hanley has made it more than accessible with a skincare regimen lined up just for you. And it starts at just $25. But if you go to Tiege.com/askwomen, you'll get an even better deal on your first box. And when you think about it, $25 isn't just going into skincare. It's going into the quality of your life and the quality of your self-presentation and ultimately the quality of the women you attract. So $25, that's nothing for what you're getting. So again, go to Tiege.com/askwomen. That's TIEGE.com/askwomen. Start taking care of your skin today because you don't know what it's going to do to tomorrow. Yeah, that's right, baby. Tiege.com/askwomen.